Money in the Bank this Saturday, the 7th of June 2025. So I thought what I would do today is rank every single failed Money in the Bank cash in. Now I believe there has been 6. I'm not including people attempting to basically cash in and they're not actually cashing in. I'm including only the actual failed cash in. So they've cashed the briefcase in and lost the match. So I'm going to go to my favourite sort of cash in. Yep, that failed obviously, to my least favourite. I'm going to give you the reasons as to why. The first one on the list is John Cena cashing in on CM Punk at Raw 1000. Now, the week before, John Cena cashed in on CM Punk, giving him a week to get ready. I'd say the first person to announce it, but obviously it wasn't. The first person to announce it was RVD. So, the reason I don't mind this one is because that's what Cena's like at the time. Obviously, he's the biggest babyface. He's not going to do a heel tactic, is he? And the only reason he lost was obviously because of the Big Show. I also don't mind this as well because it was in the reign of CM Punk's 434-day reign, I believe, as WWE champion. And I love that reign. We also got, obviously, heel CM Punk during that time. CM Punk versus The Rock. That was a bit, it should have led to like CM Punk versus The Rock versus John Cena at WrestleMania, but we didn't get that. But either way, that one I don't mind too much because obviously he announced it. I don't think these are actually all in order, but as in like the years go by. But yeah. The second one was Damien Sandow. 2013, I believe. He had that weird like leather briefcase looking thing, the brown one. But he comes out, says to Cena, basically, I'm going to cash in. No, I'm not. Because I can cash in at any time I want. Cena's got an injured elbow. He had to take some time off. I think that was when he faced Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. But Damien Sandow attacks Cena, obviously with the briefcase, smashes his arm with the briefcase, smashes it around the ring post. Obviously, he can't do anything like that. But then, obviously, he cashes in, thinking he's going to win. Mate, it's Super Cena. You ain't winning that. Cena obviously counters it, gets him up for an AA, one arm, flips him straight over, 1, 2, 3. Now, I didn't mind that one because Cena was actually injured and he attacked him. So, spur of the moment, I understand what he was doing. Kind of made a lot of sense. But I believe that was the first failed cash-in where it wasn't announced. Well, it must be because I'm the one doing the list. So, yeah. Well done, Damien. Well done. Now, the third one I don't mind. Obviously, I say I don't mind, obviously, because we're getting to the point now where I do mind. Was Braun Strowman cashing in. I believe he cashed in at Hell in a Cell, but obviously he announced it before. He gave his contract to Baron Corbin, I think. He said, make sure you bring it to Hell in a Cell. But then Brock Lesnar comes down, rips the door off the Hell in a Cell, attacks both of them, and obviously Roman wins, or the match probably got stopped for an F5. I wasn't really paying much attention to wrestling then, and I'm glad I wasn't because that was just stupid. Because having Braun Strowman walk down as the monster among men, that made a lot of sense, but at least he's actually won a world title, unlike Damien Sandow. Yeah, so there's that then. Number 4, we have Baron Corbin failing his cash-in 2017. Why? Well, this one is stupid. All because I think he was in a feud with John Cena, so he decides to attack John Cena, then cash in his Money in the Bank contract, and he loses to none other than Jinder Mahal. Like, think about this now, okay? Right? Not only was Jinder Mahal a WWE champion, he also successfully defended the WWE title in a cash-in attempt after he had a match. That's why this is on this low down of the list. It's stupid. We never got Baron Corbin as a world champion. That would have been brilliant. Even if he defeated Jinder Mahal and Jinder Mahal won it back and we had a 2-time WWE champion of Jinder Mahal. That's why that one's stupid. Anyway, number 5. Drew McIntyre cashing in 2024. Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. Okay, he cashes in the middle of the match. That's fine. It's his right to do that. But on the same night, when you've got a feud with CM Punk, who said he's never going to let you win the world title, at least do it when he's not in the building or when you think he's not in the building. Maybe you thought that, but still, right? No one's even that injured that much. You could probably just get a number 1 contenders match and then get into a triple threat match that way. Like, you literally just wasted the briefcase. And in storyline, okay, have CM Punk cost him the actual briefcase in the match, like the ladder match, not the actual main event of Money in the Bank. You've literally just burnt the briefcase for nothing on a feud that was literally already mega hot. It was literally lava. It's stupid. Before I go into the worst of the worst, I do want to mention the 2 Money in the Bank winners that did not go into cash in. That is Mr. Kennedy, who decided to put his contract on the line after Edge attacked him, and obviously Edge won the contract because he was told he had a torn tricep, but never actually did. That was annoying. So I don't know where I'd put that on this list, but the fact that he never won a world title was diabolical. And Otis, I'm not too bothered about because you got to see The Miz as a Grand Slam champion, but why make Otis win in the first place? Oh, because you want to make Otis and Tucker basically break up. Well, there's no other way of literally doing that. Yeah. You had an interesting way of having the Money in the Bank ladder match during the lockdown situation, obviously, of climbing the headquarters or whatever they did. But you didn't even have Otis climb the ladder. So out of them 2, I'm more annoyed technically at Miss Anderson never winning, but I'm more annoyed with Otis actually winning the briefcase in the first place. It was just made no sense. But anyway, the worst of the worst, and I'm pretty sure everyone will agree with me, is Austin Theory. Okay, I understand that Roman Reigns was on his 1,000 and forever day reign, and yeah, but have him fail the cash in on Roman. So he decides to come out, I believe, after Bobby Lashley attacks Seth Rollins, put him through the announce table. He can't win straight away anyway with his move. Then Bobby attacks Theory. Theory gets to the 9 count where he's laying flat on the floor, just bounces up like a spring chicken, goes into the ring, gets stomped, and loses in a United States Championship match. Genuinely, the only thing more dumb than that would have been R-Truth cashing in the Money in the Bank on the 24/7 title. But that would have been hilarious. I wish I saw that. But yeah. So I think it's all stupid. So I've written down the board. So basically my order is John Cena, Damien Sandow, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, Austin Theory. It goes from I understand how things work to this is pretty stupid to this is absolutely effing stupid. Like it shouldn't have happened. I believe even Austin Theory said on the Chris Van Vliet podcast, that was hard to say without breathing, should have breathed, that it was stupid. It was stupid. It was dumbly stupid. I just hope this Saturday they don't burn the Money in the Bank contract again. But anyway, that's my opinion on that. Why don't you let me know your order of who you think is basically, you understand as to why they cashed in, it makes sense to you, and then the stupidest one. If it's not Austin Theory, please explain to me why. But anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.